to deal with, traumatic life experiences, the loss of a loved one, illness, violence,
Wow.
a range of experiences. So yes, I've been doing a little bit for them as much as I can, but that is one area when we're talking about in the future, where do I see myself within the community? That's one area. I am a purpose-driven and heart-centered company. And so one of the things that I want to continue to grow in is my capacity to engage and contribute to causes that are near and dear to my heart. And animals are another one.
I just knowing what you're involved with, speaks volumes because you volunteer. You're willing to volunteer for a nonprofit or to do good with a nonprofit because it speaks to your heart. And so what a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous expression.
Thank you. I'm not at this point contributing my time. It's more of a financial.
Okay, more of a financial.
Yeah, because of where I
sure.
live is kind of far out
you bet.
the city.
I could not agree with you more. I want to go back for a second with budget cuts and cutting the arts, and I feel like that is horrible robbery of our children, and they need to know. I think it's just as vital as reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Do we still do that in school?
Well, I don't know. It's been so long since you've been there, Bill, that I'm not quite sure.
You two are so
funny. But,
Oh, that was good. That one I'm writing down. That was good.
Well, when Bill went to school, they did ugh, and they drew on rock walls with charcoal.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know why those decisions are ever made, because I really feel like you are robbing society of the vast value of creativity.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
How do you expand? Our inventions are based. All of our inventions, I don't care what it is, it's all based on creativity and innovation, and saying there's got to be a better way,
right?
And I think of like the Sistine Chapel, and especially whenever you go into the different Renaissance and all of the different artists there, and all of the different textures that are in art, from dirt to beautiful artwork in
dirt.
Sand. Yeah, dirt. Sand. You ever seen those sand competitions?
Seen this. Oh, yes.
They're breathtaking.
They're fantastic. Yeah.
I just want to hug them. The patience and the vision, and they can use different textures, and they can create a whole world, even for the ocean just to wash away.
Yeah, that's admirable.
You really
work so hard, and then it's
washed away.
Momentary. Yes, and that's a labor of love.
Yes, where yours are I picture your artwork more legacy driven, and that might just be my own personal perception, but.
I get attached. I'd be heartbroken to see it washed away.
Yes, yeah. Right. Hey, that's my love.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
But
it gives, I think, also kids a language. Not all kids can. I had, as a child, a very difficult time in the second grade learning, when I was learning how to read, and I faced a page of words. It was a little daunting because I just had a difficult time with comprehension. But you could put a picture in front of me, and I could understand what the heck was going on. And I fell in love with words. With images, with pictures. And I think that that art is a language, and it provides kids with a way to express themselves emotionally, intellectually, in ways that staying in their head doesn't allow them. I think sometimes having that visceral experience of getting your hands dirty, getting your hands in the paint, and is a very expressive way for kids to have an outlet, a voice, really.
Well, we're more connected, with our computers and cell phones and all this other with technology, right? But we're less connected personally, one-to-one, FaceTime. And I think that speaks to the fact that we are decreasing really in our ability to communicate.
Yes.
On a variety of different levels. And then whenever you take art away, or you're not exposed to that aspect of life, that creativity, it decreases our ability that much more to engage and to be able to see the sacrifice. Art of sacrifice. maybe they don't view it as a sacrifice at the time, but I mean, I know of, we can go back through the history and look at amazing pieces of artwork. I mean, Van Gogh, after he died, right? It was Van Gogh's brother's wife that went and hunted down all of his pictures, all of his paintings, paid for them, tried to put them all back together. I mean,
wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Isn't that interesting? I didn't realize that.
I think that art, when you have a life that's authentic, and you're living out of that aspect, there are you make different decisions because you're driven in a different way, creating a world that's of color and textiles and words and emotion and heart, spirit, whatever. Listen, you.
Look at the side of the transit bus. Look at all the colors they have on there now. Huh? They got elephants and zoo animals.
We're back to the zoo. Okay, so his dentist is a zookeeper. Yes.
It's on the bus. The poor people get to ride the bus and see art.
So our listeners are out there, and they want you to come in and take a look at their office.
Absolutely.
Or they're wanting you they're wanting to shop online for a piece of artwork that you're providing. How do they get a hold of you?
Well, my website. So let me start by giving you my website address. It's inspirahdesigns.com, and that's INSPIRAH, designs with an S.com. And I have a program called Art for Business Interiors, and all the art is available online. We are doing some upgrades right now, so it's not in its final state, but that's where you can start and get an idea of the artwork, and there's all the contact information there. I'm also on social media. You can find me on Instagram. My handle's at Inspirah Designs, and Facebook, Inspirah Designs as well.
Great. So everybody can kind of look in and find out what you're doing, what projects are going on, and get an idea of who you are.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put some of her work up here in the Wild Child Training Center.
Yay.
We're going to do that.
She has a training center, and she's actually trained a real live feathery chicken, to fly across the yard and land right up here on her shoulder.
That is true. Her name is Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine.
Aww.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah.
She wants to be loved on.
Can I get a demo before I leave?
Yeah, I can probably go out there and call her. I can go out and call her.
Awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, while you guys are outside calling chickens, and I hope the neighbors aren't listening to this, while you're outside calling chickens, I think we're going to have to wrap up the show because we're running out of time. But before you say your last word, which you're not going to get, okay, we want to talk just for a moment about
Why you want to be so ugly?
I don't know. We want to talk for a moment about the Wild Child, and we have a new part of the show called Business Fact for the Day. Yes.
I like that, Bill.
And I actually know the author, and it's too bad they passed. But today's business is, your business is a direct reflection of who you are. What's your mirror telling you? How about that?
I like that.
And since we mentioned Wild Child, what's going on in the Wild Child work group? I understand we have classes coming up.
We do have classes coming up. Here at the office, you can go online, or you can request for us to send you out one of our rack cards that we're on 2 locations, and you can call me at 253-961-7525. Again, that's 253-961-7525 for more information.
Wonderful. Well, that sounds great. That wraps up our show for today. You can now go back and, whatever you do for a living, it'll be exciting to find out. In fact, I think we should have a podcast. What does Candace do for a living? I think we
should go back to that listener that said, "Why do you let him speak?"
They don't want it. We don't want to go back there. So until we meet again, remember, keep us smiling.